Boom, 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 boom. Now tell me what you gonna tell me it ain't nowhere to run. When judgment comes for you, when judgment comes for you, what you gonna tell me it ain't nowhere to hide. When judgment comes for you, 'cause it's gonna come for you. Got it, and I'm gonna miss everybody. I don't go, okay, look at the way to dust and back to the side. To the left, I got to be. Tell me your piece of the seats with the peace. Maybe they buy my land, you can't go. God bless you, working on the plan to get.
So that is a special request there from I think it's Mike's Kids, The Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. And yeah, let me just show this. From a special playlist.
Now follow me, Rostro, whether it's time of a seven, come let's take a visit to the people that's long gone there is. Ladies, they're terrible. Let's take keeping up with family. Exactly how many days we got lasting? When you laughing, we're passing.
All right. So that was nice to put on there. Let's focus on some Anvil. I'm just like I was just saying to Mike, I'm just glad that we're not focused on React so much. Yeah, I don't know how Matt and Joseph do it. Good for them. Let's not crush their party. So for us, though, it's still related to that because Anvil is a React project, but we're starting off with a UI design. And if I just head over to our prototype, our mock-up, our first one for the events calendar, I guess I should have pinned that. Let me try to find it here. This one here.
In this knees instead of easy to fall. You know what they say, they make everything intended, no nigga didn't win any. When they come again and again. Tell me what you gonna do. Can somebody, anybody tell me why? Can somebody, anybody tell me why? We die. I don't wanna die. See you at the crossroads. 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 See you at the crossroads.
All right, so yeah, on this topic here, we did have like a lot of good feedback in the last week, and should we keep playing this playlist? Let's see. There we go. Yeah, we got a lot of good feedback from, let's see, we had not Cess, first we had Nico, then we had Cess that Mike successfully scheduled. We had Ryder who gave some really good honest feedback. Then we had Laura and Robert finally. So the interviews went really well. I think we need to focus now on what to do next, and I think uh, I think that a little bit contingent on what's going on right now with the ABF project and this deadline. It has everyone almost completely focused on that. Um, so hopefully we'll be at a good spot for Christmas, and maybe we can maybe we can move on. We can leave it at where it is for the Christmas deadline. Maybe even put it up to production. I kind of have my doubts, but it'd be really awesome if we could do it. I don't know how I feel about that, because I don't know if I really want to try to push for that, try to motivate for that. I think we might burn out Joseph and Matt if we say that. So I want to be careful about saying that. And yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'll turn it over to you, Mike. Do you have any thoughts about that?
What did you say that we will burn out Joseph and Matt about?
If we put if we finish the AVF project,
yeah,
and it goes into production. So meaning if we have this project and we push it up to like Azure, and we connect this front end to the back end of website 1.
okay.
I think that might be a little too much to ask, especially at the point that we're at now.
Yeah.
And I think it was kind of a goal for Matt, especially when Sam just gave the go ahead, gave the sort of the okay to do. And I mean, Sam just threw it out there. He said, well, I don't know about getting it done by this Sunday, but if you get it done by Christmas, that'd be great. And then I think that really motivated Matt, which was good.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sure that it's realistic. I mean, I think we're close, and it's because all the work that you guys have been doing, you, Matt, Joseph, and Daniel, have been putting in a lot of hours in this, like every week. Like I was looking at the videos here, like just today, 3 hours almost right there in one session. But that's not even the only session. There was another session earlier. I don't see it. Yeah. Anyway, the point is, this one here, I think is what it was. Yeah, so almost 2 hours right there. A little bit in the Martin Fowler scrum. And then there's a session going on right now that started like 2 hours ago. So a lot of time. But it's good. It's good if you have the energy. I'm not even like completely focused on it. And I'm like kind of sick of the React front end project. So I won't say that in front of Matt because it might discourage him. Yeah, I mean, so did you have any thoughts about this? I was kind of leading into that. I was talking about this by this I mean the AVF front end going into production, because I was thinking of what's next for Anvil. And And because we're done with the interviews, and I think one of the first things that we're going to focus on is adjusting this and adjusting it in response to the interviews, and actually starting with a fresh repo, which is the Anvil repo. And we'll just pull a lot from the work that Matt and everyone have been doing in this repo, the AVF repo. And let's see, so let's look at it. And feel free to jump in if you have like any questions or thoughts about it, Mike.
Okay.
We have, it's here somewhere.
Very top.
Sorry, the Anvil one. It's like, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing is that there's like nothing here. Right, so let's look at this. There's like absolutely nothing here. Let's see, there's 3 branches, but all I have is a license. So the good thing about that is there isn't this really sprawled out like branches that sort of, let's see, so I can do this, right? So I can do, I probably shouldn't waste time on this, but have you downloaded Draw.io?
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe I haven't found myself in a situation where I need to yet, but
Yes.
I know I will.
I mean, if this is the origin, we don't have sort of a long repo. Let's see, copying.
Take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. He be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in chalk. I really hate the trip, but I gotta low. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool, I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like, on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light. Been spending most of my life living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most of my life living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most of my life living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending.
Okay, sorry to get distracted there. The point I was making that is that because we have a brand new repo here that doesn't have anything going on. If we look at the network over here, I mean, there's nothing. It's that one. That's the initial commit. That's it. Whereas if we go back to this repo, it's a little more crazy. Right. And with the new Anvil repo, we don't have this long out sort of like crazy branch that's all the way over here that just got built on top of another branch and another branch, something like that. We could start this workflow where everything is pulled off of develop, and developed is kept clean and up to date. Pull requests are made to develop, and then when we want to update a pull request, it's very easy to update it without merge conflicts. And So yeah, so that's going to be nice to move to that. So I think we're going to do that after the Christmas break. So this is the week right now. Next week will be Christmas. We probably won't really focus on anything React related for a week. Then probably we might have a meeting on Wednesday for the Anvil project where we start working on it. Probably start working on implementing this, like I said, but the actual, the real version, the redesigned version, taking into account all the feedback that we got and borrowing from what Matt and you guys have been working on in this repo, the AVF repo. Yeah, any thoughts?
Yes, so maybe just to ask, so the Anvil repo is different from the front end React one. So we won't be doing the calendar for Anvil here with the React thing.
Yeah. Oh, with the React with the AVF project.
Yeah. So
no, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah. Will we be like doing a whole new like if the AV front end thing is pushed to production, like you are saying, will we still need to have another repository just for the calendar, or is it more than just the calendar?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So it kind of depends on where we end up for the Christmas deadline. Like because in this repo, the AVF repo, there already is some work that you guys worked on. I know you helped out with Daniel. Daniel, definitely Matt and Joseph, and like I even helped out a little bit because it was during one of the React mobs where I attended, and it's kind of where it all started from. And so that was the very first thing that we focused on, and it was what we showed our interviewees, and that's where we got the feedback from them that they saw this part here. So I don't really want to pull it up, but where they like saw this section of the prototype and they're like, I don't even really look at it. So to answer your question though, is we already have a little bit of this done in the prototype. What we might do is just sort of clean it up a bit and maybe tie it to production. But for the redesign for the Anvil project, we're gonna go ahead and try to work on this, try to implement this, and like I said, maybe borrow from the AVF repo what you guys have already worked on there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and I think what we'll do is sort of work on Anvil repo, the redesign, maybe a little slower. I don't know that we'll have a sprint for it. I mean, we might, but maybe not. And just work on it. We'll be able to borrow a lot from the stuff that the AVF project, and so that'll help out a lot. We'll be able to borrow some of the code, and once the Anvil repo is good to go, I think we might be able to switch it on. And we might even do some like A/B testing to where some people see the old React front end, which is the one that we're working on now, and some other people will see the brand new redesign, and we might get some feedback from that, like in terms of Google Analytics, to see like, do people actually click on something in the old version versus the new version. And yeah, so that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully that sort of answered your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of the plan.
Can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm home the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say straight the long pile. Nigga, my last album was The Chronic. They wanna know if he still got it. They say rap changed. They wanna know how I feel about it. You ain't up on things. Dr. Dre is the name. I'm ahead of my game. Still fuck with my league. Still fuck with the beats. Still not loving police. Still rock my khakis with a cup and a crease. Still got love for the streets, reppin' 213. Still the beat bang, still doing my thing. Since I left, ain't too much change. Still, I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world. Still, making pounders and the lolos. Still, taking my time to perfect the beat. And I still got love for the streets. It's the G. I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world. Still, hitting pounders and the lolos. Still, taking my time to perfect the beat. And I still got love for the streets.
What we need to do is sort of work on gathering the feedback from the interviews.
Yeah.
So that we have direct things to work on to fix, so that we can look at what the most popular things were that people talked about, and so that we can focus on that first in terms of how we update this. And so, yeah, feedback from interview.
Like transcribing whatever they were saying.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, so like if we have the how might we's.
Yeah.
And other notes, because like draw doesn't really do the how might we's, and sort of have that. So I'll put up a board. So action items is I'll put up a board of those. This will be like it'll be like a document. And we're gonna vote on those. So that we can prioritize them. I mean, we'll sort of group them together, and then probably in one of the sessions vote on them to have like the top 3 or so that we implement first, the ones that were more popular. So okay. So I think that's our session. It kind of maybe went a little longer. I probably shouldn't have wasted time on this. Sorry, Mike, practicing in front of you.
Yeah. Thank you. It's nice. Motivates me to practice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Did you have anything else that we should add, like any other notes or anything?
I think I think it's just about the how my tree is like. having something down that someone can follow up with. Yeah. Otherwise, I think it.
Otherwise, it might.
Yeah, I think we have like most stuff covered. Yeah. Like when we write down feedback from the interviews, I think I think it will make more sense, so that guys can, like you're saying guys can vote on them and what I put down.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Do
that's
we
a good
have,
point.
yeah, so how do guys vote? Do we have like how do we manage the voting on the is it available on, because I know guys, I'm not sure how we can vote on issues.
Yeah.
Or is it still through the channel like we do for other AV projects?
No, not really. It's done differently. So there is like I wonder if I can find it. There is let me check here. This is actually this right here. So if I go to maybe the wiki, maybe Joao has something. There's the issues. No. I'll have to search for it. Let me do one quick search. If I don't find that right away, I won't waste time on it. But we have some Google Docs. So where we put together all the notes. Like this. Let me show you. So this is like a Google Doc, and we have like all the notes, and we kind of group them. So this is like the one for like the events. All these notes right here, and the colors they have sort of dealing with the same subject. We had notes about the projects down here, some other notes about getting started, and then what we did is we kind of created like just little dots, and we took time to vote on them. So we took like during one of these sessions, we all had access to the Google Doc, and we sort of like read through them beforehand, and we each had, I think, maybe 4 dots, and we just picked on the ones that we thought were most important that we wanted to focus on. And once we did that, we had about maybe five of them, and then out of those, we put it to a vote in the channel on what we should focus on. And that's how we got to declutter the calendar. So yeah, I think there's another example there where we kind of narrowed it down. And I think here somewhere we did some of the voting. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but it's here somewhere. And yeah, so we'll kind of do that a little bit. I'll try to gather any notes that people have. That might take a little bit because like I don't think Joao has watched like all the videos. And I need to get my notes. I'm gonna try to rewatch a couple of the videos of the interviews. And so yeah, that's my action item where I need to put together a document, kind of like I just showed you, and so that we can do a couple rounds of voting on it. And yeah, but I like your idea of maybe we need to create like a template, like a doc of Hamaitwis, so that someone could just more easily write down notes, and it'll be like available, like it'll be like a Google Doc or something like that. And so that we can have the notes almost all ready to go for next time we do interviews. I don't know if this was exactly what you were saying, but I'll definitely just give you credit to Mike. Unless you don't think it's a good idea, then. But I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, does that make sense, what I was talking about there with the voting?
Yeah, it all makes sense that yeah, I think that's a very good way of voting on issues. Yeah, I think it makes so much sense.
Okay.
I think it's well managed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think your kid agrees with you too. So, that's cool. I think I'll wrap us up though here. All right, turn down the music all the way.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna sign us out right there. I'll rewind this a little bit. But yeah, I just want to say thanks, Mike. Hopefully that's a little more clear about our direction, where we're heading. And yeah, just thanks for joining me.
Okay. Sure.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Mike.
How you feel? Whoop-de-whoop, nigga, what? Praying Snoop Chronic down in the lag. With Doc in the back, sipping on yak. Clip in the strap, dipping through hood. Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood. South Central, out to the west side. This California love, this California bug. Got a nigga gang of pub. I'm on one, I might bell up in the Century Club. With my jeans on, and my team strong. Get my drink on, and my smoke on. Then go home with something to poke on. Locust song for the 2 triple O. Coming real, it's the next episode.